first of all, let me welcome everybody to this special webinar to explain what I believe is the most explosive part of the FDI Youngevity compensation plan. And guys, the reason I say most explosive is because this is the part of the pay plan that pays more than any other part of our compensation plan, and it's based on recruiting, okay? It's all based on recruiting of new independent marketing directors into your organization, which what? It builds residual income, okay? Now, what we're going to do here today, guys, is we're going to show you that you can't get the residual income without getting the coding bonuses, all right? They go hand in hand, and what the coding bonuses really do, it creates a huge sense of urgency. It creates a huge sense of urgency in building your organization fast. Because, guys, please understand that the lifeblood of your organization will always be new people. If you talk to people every single day, good things are going to happen. Now, guys, those of you who are on the webinar portion of this, make sure that you're looking at your screens right now, and we're going to walk through and give you the basics of how these coding bonuses work. And I tell you what, the easiest way to understand how these coding bonuses work is to get yourself promoted. All right, now there are 7 different promotion levels inside FDI Youngevity. Okay, now you can promote yourself to what we call regional marketing director, then executive, then senior exec, vice presidential, presidential, vice chairman, and senior vice chairman. Now, guys, what this means is that every single time that you get promoted, you get more money. Okay? So that creates the urgency in your organization to always be reaching for the next promotion rank. All right? For example, when you become a regional marketing director, and how do you become a regional marketing director? Well, you've got to have 3 independent marketing directors on your front line. You've got to have some personal volume attached to that. You can look in your back offices and it'll explain to you how you get promoted to these different levels. I'm not going to walk through that part with you today. But let's say that you became a regional marketing director. Congratulations. Now you've got that fancy title, right? Well, the very next independent marketing director that you personally bring into the business, you are now going to receive a $15 coding bonus if they choose the CEO package. Remember, guys, these CEO coding bonuses are only paid on the IMDs that come in with the CEO package. So in other words, you became a regional, the very next person you bring in with the CEO package, you're going to receive a $15 coding bonus on that. Now listen, you're going to receive fast starts and residuals and all that kind of stuff as well, but for today's purpose, I'm just talking about the leadership coding bonuses. So in other words, you became a regional, you bring somebody in, you get a $15 coding bonus. But watch this. When that person gets an IMD who comes in with the CEO package, and that person does the same, who does the same, who does the same, who does the same, guys, paid to infinity, you're going to get paid 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. Those coding bonuses are paid to infinity, unlimited numbers of levels. Now, when you promote yourself to executive marketing director, you receive an additional $20 bonus. Okay, for a grand total of 35. So in other words, when you promote yourself to executive marketing director, the very next person you bring in, you're going to receive a $35 coding bonus on that person. And when they do the same, who do the same, who do the same, you get 35, 35, 35 for all of the people that fall into that group. And I'm going to explain this, and I'm going to show you a visual in just a second. But as you promote to senior exec, you get an additional $65 bonus for a total of 100. You promote yourself to vice presidential marketing director, you get an additional $40 or a total of 140. When you promote yourself to presidential marketing director, you get an additional 30 for a grand total of 170. When you promote to vice chairman, you get an additional 10 for a grand total of 180. And when you become a senior vice chairman, you get an additional $10 coding bonus for a grand total of $190. So guys, think about this for a second. When you become a senior vice chairman, the very next person you bring into the business, you're going to receive a $190 coding bonus on that. But when they get others, who get others, who get others, who get others, paid to an unlimited number of levels, when they all come in with that CEO package, you receive $190 per person. Guys, do the math, and we're going to help you out with that math right now. All right, let's back up, everybody. If you take a look at my cursor here, let's pretend that you guys all got yourself promoted to the third position here, and that's called Senior Executive Marketing Director, okay? Let's say that you became a Senior Executive Marketing Director, and guys, let me tell you something. It is not difficult to get there. We've had people become Senior Executive Marketing Directors, are you ready for this? In 24 hours. Okay? Take a look in your back offices. You'll see all the details on how you get yourself promoted to senior exec. But let's say that you promoted yourself to the position of Senior Executive Marketing Director, and at that level, you can see my cursor here, you're going to receive a $100 coding bonus for everybody that comes in from that point forward. Okay? So now, take a look at your screens. Let's say that you just promoted yourself to the position of Senior Executive Marketing Director. Congratulations. All right, now you've got this big fancy title, and what you want to do is you want to start building your Senior Executive Marketing Director code. So in other words, you got yourself promoted, and the very next person you bring into the business, let's say, is me. Now, obviously, I'm coming in with that CEO bonus, correct? So the computer system starts asking questions. The computer system says, hey, let's start paying out some money. The computer system says, who is Steve's upline regional marketing director? Whoever that person is going to receive a $15 bonus. The computer says, who is Steve's upline executive marketing director? That person's going to receive the $20 bonus. And the computer system says, who is Steve's upline senior exec? Well, that person's going to receive a $65 bonus for a grand total of $100. Okay, so when I come into business, there's $100 worth of coding money willing to be paid. Now, if you look at me, and if you look at you, there's nobody between me and you, right? So you must be the regional, you must be the executive, and you obviously are the senior exec. So when I come into business, this $100 coding bonus goes directly to your bank. All right, so far so simple? Now watch this. Don't I have the exact same opportunity that you guys do? So I'm going to start building my business just like you guys did. So the first person that I bring in the business is my good friend Pat. So when Pat comes in with his CEO package, another $100 is willing to be paid. When I bring in Lisa, another $100 is willing to be paid. And when I bring in my friend Jill, another $100 is willing to be paid. Well, the computer system asks the same exact questions. Who's the upline regional? Who's the upline executive? Who's the upline senior exec? Well, guys, in this situation here, when I bring in Pat, Lisa, and Jill, I'm not a regional. I'm not an executive. I'm not a senior exec yet. So the computer looks upline to try to find who that person is. Well, they run directly into you. So you're obviously the regional, the executive, and the senior exec. So these $300 bills right here go directly to your bank. So in other words, you guys, you became exec, and then you brought me into the business. And I brought in Pat, Lisa, and Jill. So far, you've made $400 in coding bonuses. So far, so simple? Now watch this. Now, Steve here, I did everything that I needed to do to become a regional marketing director. Okay? I fulfilled all of those requirements. So what happens is I promoted myself. So I move into a brand new room. Now, Pat, Lisa, and Jill are still certainly in my organization, okay? But they stay in your Senior Executive Marketing Director coding room, okay? In order for me to start picking up a Regional Marketing Director coding bonus, I have to bring in a new person. I'm all by myself in this room over here. So the next person that I bring in is my good buddy Bob. Now, once again, when Bob comes in, the computer system says, great, let's pay out some money. The computer system asks, who is Bob's upline regional marketing director? Well, guys, that's a $15 bonus to somebody, right? Well, guess what? I'm the regional marketing director, so I get the $15 bonus. The computer system asks, who is Bob's upline executive? That person's going to get 20. Who's Bob's upline senior exec? That person's going to get 65. So in other words, there's still $100 to be paid here, right? 65 is still out there. Well, the computer system looks above me, and they run directly into you. I'm the regional, so I get the $15 bonus. You are the executive and the senior exec, so you get the $65. Okay? So grand total here of $100 that's willing to be paid, you get the 20 plus the 65. That's a total of $85. That goes directly to your bank. All right? Now, I bring in my friend Bill. Another $15 goes to me. The additional $85 goes to your bank. I bring in my friend Mary. Another $15 is paid to me. Another $85 is paid to you. So in other words, I've made $45 in coding bonuses so far because I'm getting 15 for Mary, Bill, and Bob, but you're getting 85, 85, 85 for Bob, Bill, and Mary. It's still $100. It's just because I promoted myself to regional, now I get 15 of the 100. But watch this, and this is where it gets really, really fun. Back over here, am I still going to work with Pat, Lisa, and Jill? Absolutely. I brought all of these people in on my front line. So I'm going to teach Pat, Lisa, and Jill to go out there and do the exact same thing that I'm doing. So when Pat brings in his buddy Joe, $100 is willing to be paid. Well, look where Joe is. Joe is in your completely coded senior executive marketing director room. So that $100 bonus right there, that coding bonus, goes directly to your bank. Now, when Joe brings in his friend Jane, once again, $100 is willing to be paid. That $100 is in your senior executive marketing director coding room, so that $100 goes directly to your bank. Now watch this. Bob brings in Susie, okay? $15 goes to me. The $85 goes to you, okay? Now, I did everything that I needed to become an executive marketing director, okay? So once again, Steve got promoted. Look what happens, you guys. I get promoted and I move over. All of these yellow circles here, all of these people are still in my organization, okay? These people are all in my organization. It's just that now I became an executive marketing director, and look at this room is empty. Okay, there's nobody in this room. If I want to pick up the executive marketing director code on somebody, I have to bring somebody into the business. Because remember, guys, once you get promoted, then you have to bring a brand new person in. So in other words, the next person that I bring into the business is my friend Mike. Now, once again, the computer system starts asking questions. The computer system says, who is Mike's upline regional marketing director? Well, guys, that person's going to get a $15 bonus. Since I'm the upline regional, I get that 15. The computer says, who is Mike's upline executive? That person's going to get 20. Guess what? I just got promoted to executive. So I get the 15 plus the 20, all right? So I'm getting a $35 bonus there. And the computer says, who is Mike's upline senior exec? Well, guys, I'm not a senior exec yet. So that's $65 the computer has to search for. So in other words, I get $35. You, being the upline senior exec, you get the additional $65. Okay? So in other words, there has been $1,000 paid out in coding. I've gotten 60 of it so far. Whoops, actually, I've gotten $95 of it so far. So there's, and you, whoops, there we go. You have picked up $1,005. So there's $1,100 in coding that has been paid so far. And the only thing, guys, that you've done is you became a senior exec and you brought me into the business. I brought all these other people in who got the people underneath them, and you've already made over $1,000 in coding bonuses. And the only thing you did was got me started. Okay? Now, watch this. Everybody that comes into your totally coded senior executive marketing director room, in other words, Pat, Lisa, Jill, Joe, Jane, all of these people, when they get reps who get reps who get reps who get reps who get reps, paid to infinity, you're going to get paid $100 per person. All of the people that fall into my regional marketing director room, I'm going to get $15 for, you get $85 for. And all of the people that fall into my executive marketing director group, I'm going to get a $35 bonus on, you get $65. Now, watch this. I've just done everything that I need to become a senior executive marketing director, okay? I just fulfilled all of those requirements. So the very next person that I bring in, once I'm a senior exec, I'm going to get the full $100 coding bonus, correct? Because I get the senior, I get the executive, and I get the regional. I get the 15 plus the 20 plus the 65. It totals $100. Now, in other words, I just coded you out. But look what happened. All of these people that came into my organization that got me to the position of senior exec, they stay with you. Okay? And what do all of these people have to do to become a senior exec? They have to go build a whole bunch of people in their organizations in order to code out from your group as well. So, for example, let's just say that it takes about 36 independent marketing directors to become a senior executive marketing director. And guys, the reason I came up with that is because you're going to need about $5,400 in total group volume to become a senior exec. So 36 people all spending about $150 a month in personal volume. There's your $5,400, okay? So let's just say it takes 36 people. So in other words, guys, you brought me into business. When I got myself promoted to senior exec, I had to leave about 36 people in my wake to get there. Now, what do these 36 people that I just put into my organization and your organization, what do they have to do to become a senior exec themselves? Guys, they have to build a group of about 36 people. So what's 36 times 36? That's 1,296 new people in your organization, right? Now, remember, some of these people you're going to get $100 on, some you get $85 on, and some you're going to get $65 on, depending on what room they happen to fall in. Well, guys, for my example purposes here, I'm going to assume that you're only going to receive $65 on all of these people. Now, remember, that's never going to happen. That is the worst case scenario, okay? Some of them you're going to get 100, some you get 85. The worst case scenario is you're going to get $65 per person. So if you take 1,296 new reps times a $65 coding bonus, ready for this? You just made $84,000 in coding money. Not bad, since the only thing you did was bring me into the business. That's all you've done. These 36 people are in my organization, and I'm going to teach them all to become senior execs, just like I did. So now look what happens here, you guys. Now you've got 1,296 new people in your group. Well, because of our simple system, and everybody's doing the exact same thing, what do you think these 1,296 people are going to be taught to do? Because we're going to teach them how to become a senior executive marketing director. So if you've got 1,296 new people, and they all have to bring in 36, not personally, but in their entire organization, 1,296 times 36, now you've got over 46,000 new people in your group. 46,000 people at $65 per person in coding bonuses. You guys ready for this? That totals over $3 million in code. Just in coding bonuses alone. And guys, the example that I'm showing you here is just at the senior executive marketing director position. These bonuses can go as high as $190 per person. And what I've shown you here is only 2 generations. These bonuses are paid to unlimited numbers of levels. Now, also what I showed you here is 100% of the people getting this done. Okay, and obviously that's not going to happen. But when you factor in that this is paid to infinity, guys, these numbers are not that far off. Okay, I want you to understand that in coding, this is what your organization looks like. And if you guys can look at your computer screens right now, this is an iceberg, obviously. And the part that you can see above the waterline, this represents your 7-level organization, or your 8-level organization. The part below the waterline, that represents your coded organization. Guys, you're going to have a much bigger coded organization than you do a 8-level organization. Now, once again, you are certainly not expected to understand how this all works, but get yourself promoted and then bring a new person in. And you're going to get paid a coding bonus on that person, and then when they get others, who get others, who get others, who get others, those coding bonuses are paid to an unlimited number of levels. Now, Mike Randolph, you and I have been working together for a long time. You and I understand these coding bonuses like the back of our hands, and that's why we get so excited when we have a chance to talk to brand new people and share with them the concept of this coding. But guys, it doesn't stop here, okay? The residual income that is being built from what we're doing in our organization, that is going to take care of itself. All of that is going to take care of itself. Cannot get the residual income without getting the coding bonuses. And so what I'm going to have Mike Randolph do right now is he's going to show you the residual income that you're going to achieve, and he's going to match that up with the coding dollars that have to be paid, that absolutely have to be paid in order for this to happen. Mike Randolph, are you on the side of the call with me?
I am here, Steve, and you know what? I am covered with goosebumps right now. Every time you go through that coding example, and I see how that works, it's the most unbelievable part of our compensation plan, because not only is it huge, but guys, you get paid coding dollars every single Friday. And as Andre Vaughn says, live on your coding money and let your great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren live on your residual income. So pretty neat stuff. What I'm going to do, Steve, hopefully you can see my screen now. I put a quick little calculator together just to illustrate a couple things. I think all of us understand almost intuitively the residual income. So what I want to do is we're going to do a little comparison of, let's talk about coding in terms of residual income. I think it'll help us understand it a little bit better. So I put a little model together here that's going to illustrate a 12-year-old organization, a 12-month-old organization, or a 12-day-old organization. However fast you want your group to grow, you decide. But what we're going to show is we're going to show 3 getting 3. That's what this little build factor of 3 means. You're going to go get 3, they're going to get their 3, and they're going to get their 3, and we're going to repeat this cycle 12 times. The BV per distributor, since we're going to be looking at residual, that's an important number. We're just going to use 150. And for the coding, just like you said, at that diamond level or the senior executive marketing director level, that generates a $100 code. Now, folks, what Steve just showed you, if you read between the lines a little bit, as your organization grows, you need to know that for every new person that you bring on your team, they're directly coded to you until they code out. And Steve showed you how that works. But the first 3 people they bring in, 100% coded to you. The first 3 they bring in, 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 to infinity, literally to infinity. The first 3 people that everybody brings in that organization are always 100% coded to you. And the only way that they won't be is if they code out. And as Steve showed you, the only way someone can code out is they have to leave other people behind that are 100% coded to you, and the first 3 they bring in are 100% coded to you. So if your organization is growing, the money never stops flowing. And that's what we're going to illustrate here. But before we talk coding dollars, let's look at what I think is really an ideal residual income. And let's take a look at this. And let's look at month number 1. And when you go out there and you get your 3, Let's look at month number 1. And when you go out there and you get your 3, you guys are familiar with these numbers. You're going to get 8% on that 150, which means you get a residual income of $36 for a total of $36 a month. And if you stop growing your group at that point, and you had 100% persistency, you could expect a $36 check every month as long as they remained in the business, and that's great. But most of us can't retire on $36 a month. So let's go teach those 3 to get their 3. Now your residual income is going to go up by $108 because now you've got 9 on level 2, $108 for a total of $144 every single month. You continue this process. Let's go down a few months. Let's go 6 months into this model. So now you have on level 6 alone 729 distributors. You're overriding that level by 8%. They're all doing their 150 BV, which means you're picking up $8,748 a month on that level alone. Grand total, $12,091.50 per month in residual income. But you know, the FDI Youngevity Comp Plan does not stop at level 6 on residuals. In fact, it goes to level 7, it goes to level 8, and if you guys understand the Infinity Leadership Bonus
On the residual side, there is a bare minimum of 12 levels paid out once you hit that senior exec or diamond level. So we're going to go ahead and illustrate those levels as well. But let's look at level 8. $59,049 a month on that level alone for a total residual of $90,000, guys, and it goes on from there. Level 9, level 10, level 11, level 12. Now, you know that on level 12, 3 getting 3, you've got 531,441 distribution outlets on level 12. You're overriding that by 2%. That's $1.5 million on that level alone for a total residual income of $2.4 million per month. Guys, you might be looking at retirement time at this point. Maybe, maybe not. But if you did this in 12 months, and you know what? If one person can go get 3 in 12 months, I know anyone can go get 3 in 12 months. Steve was talking to you about how people can hit senior exec in 24 hours. So what's wrong with hitting regional in 1 month? Nothing wrong with it. This is what you can achieve if you have a true duplicable system and a simple way of presenting the opportunity. That we'll cover that on another call. But look at this. I don't think there's anyone on this call that would sneeze at $2.4 million per month. Grand total in this 12-month model of $3.9 million. And you know what? Youngevity's had this for 15 years. You guys, this is the strongest residual compensation model I have ever seen in my 20 years in this business. But let's take a look at coding. You know, to get to the level, to get your 3 and to get to the regional level here, or to duplicate that regional level and get this $36 a month, you know what? With coding, we're going to have to pay you $300 in coding before you can have this $36 a month. Before you can make $144 a month, we're going to have to pay you an additional $900 in coding. Before you can get to the $427, we've got to pay you $2,700 in coding. Let's go a few levels down. Let's go to level 6. Before you can make $12,000 a month in residual, you've got to make $72,900 in coding first. Guys, that's the beauty of coding. This is not going to come to you someday. This comes to you before this comes to you. Let's look at level 7. Before you can make $31,744 a month residual, you've got to make $218,000 in coding first. Let's keep going. $90,000. Hey, we'd love to pay you $90,000 in residual, but you got to make $656,000 in coding dollars first. Let's jump down a couple more levels. Let's go ahead and go all the way to level 12. For those of you that fell in love with the idea of making $2.5 million per month residual, great. I hope you're also in love with the fact that before you can make $2.5 million a month, you're going to have to make $53 million in coding first. Actually, you're going to need to make all of this, $79 million in coding dollars first. This is why Andre Vaughn says, live on your coding dollars. Let your grandkids and great-grandkids and great-great-grandkids, 7 or 8 generations deep, let them live on this money. This is their money. Your residual income, that is your generational changing money. The coding money, that is your life-changing money. And another way to look at this is to say, you know what? If I did have $2.5 million coming in a month, how long would it take for my residual to catch up to my coding dollars? If you're building your business focused on coding and you're letting the residual take care of itself, check this out. At this point in our 12-month model, if we stopped growing our business, if everyone on level 12 didn't recruit a single soul, didn't generate a single customer beyond this, it would, and you've maintained 100% persistency, it would still take 33 months for this to catch up to this. And guys, this is a huge, huge deal. Now, many of you on this line may be at the diamond level or the senior exec level. You may be at a higher level. You may be at the VP level. You may be at the presidential level. We even have some senior vice chairman marketing directors on this line. They're not making $100 in code. What is that coding level, Steve? It's $190 for the same amount of work. This is the reason why you want to focus on getting promoted to the next rank. In coding, once promoted, always promoted. For the same amount of work of getting 3, getting 3, getting 3, getting 3, instead of $79 million at the senior exec level, we're looking at $151 million for the same amount of work as a senior vice chairman marketing director. So it still takes 62 months for your residual to catch up to your coding. So, Steve, I'm not sure what you think, but we took everybody from butterflies in their stomach. They probably want to go ahead and just throw up right now. And I really hope that you guys have some sleepless nights over this holiday weekend, because you need to be out there talking to everyone you know, everyone you don't know. Find the ones that think like you. Find the ones that are sick and tired of being sick and tired, that want to build a life, a family, a community, a generational changing business. Guys, that's what you have here with FDI Youngevity, especially when you consider we do have the strongest residual income and now the strongest upfront income opportunity that exists. Steve, I'm going to hand it back over to you.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Mike. I mean, obviously, you and I, we know these numbers pretty darn well. And as I sit here and look at this, and I don't want anybody to look at this and go, oh, man, that's so pie in the sky. Because, guys, it's not. And the example that Mike shared with you here is simply putting 3 people on your first level, and then those 3 people getting 3. And then those people getting 3. It's not like you're getting. If you look at the example, what have you done? You got yourself, let's say in this example, the one he has on the chart right now as a senior exec, but you can put any numbers in there you want to. That's not you getting people every single week, every single day. The example we're showing you here is 3 who get 3, who get 3, who get 3, just 12 levels deep. Guys, so these numbers are absolutely real. The reason that the coding dollars are so powerful is it forces you to keep striving towards that next level. Once you become a regional marketing director, you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, I can pick up an extra $20 in code if I just get to executive. Oh my gosh, I can pick up an extra $65 per person if I get to senior exec. Oh my gosh, I can pick up an extra 40, an extra 30, an extra 10, an extra 10. It forces you to continue, and I'm a big goal setter, you guys. It forces you that, listen, we've put these goals out for you. And so, on top of why you're doing your FDI Youngevity business, in the comp plan, we've built in some goals that you can reach for. And what Mike did such a great job of illustrating is that the residual income takes care of itself. The residual income will take care of itself if you go out there and chase these coding dollars. And by chasing coding dollars, what are you doing? You're building your organization. You're building an organization. Everything else will take care of itself. So, guys, I hope this made sense. Like I said before, you're going to be able to listen to this again and again and again and again. This will be in your back office for a very, very long time. This call will be there for a long time with the coding bonuses. And when you see us out and about across the country, we're going to be talking about these coding bonuses in every single training that we do live. And so we're going to make sure that we drill this and you guys have a strong understanding of how these coding bonuses work. And like I said before, the best way to understand them is to get yourself promoted and bring a new person in. And you're going to receive some coding dollars, and you're going to be saying to yourself, wow, really? Really? Is that how it works? Is that really, really how it works? And guys, I'm going to tell you something. You will lose sleep thinking about the possibilities. Think about how many people have come into your organization in the last 30 days, and imagine getting paid somewhere between $15 and $190 per person. That's not the exciting part. The exciting part is when they get others who 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 get others. I'm going to keep going until you get it. Who get others 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 who get others, paid to an unlimited number of levels. That's where it gets exciting. Mike Randolph, I want to thank you so much for everything that you do. To all of you listening in, like I said, try to digest this, but go out there and build your business, and we'll be talking to you soon.